Hi, my loves. Welcome back. Today we're doing something that we haven't done in a while, a collective reading for the week ahead. Spirit nudged me to sit down with the Soul's Journey Oracle and look at the energy that we'll be walking through from Wednesday, December 10th to Wednesday, December 17th. And what came through was powerful, layered, and honestly exactly what the collective needs right now. We're stepping into the last stretch of 2025, and the energy is shifting in ways that are emotional, spiritual, and for many of us, deeply personal. This reading is here to help you navigate the week ahead with clarity, understanding what we may feel internally, what's unfolding spiritually, what's rising behind the scenes, and even the energy moving nationally. Spirit gave us guidance on the challenge we'll face and the blessing that's already on its way. As always, my loves, remember that this is a collective reading, so not everything will resonate with everyone. Trust your intuition, take only what speaks to your heart, and lovingly leave the rest. And if you would like a personal reading, my Etsy shop's link will be in the pinned comment below and in the video description. Okay, my loves, take a deep breath with me, let your shoulders drop, and let's see what Spirit wants to reveal about the week ahead. The first card we received was Virtue of Humility. Control your ego and embody modesty. Nothing is perfect. Release perfection and strive for excellence. Attend to your spiritual needs. Create a more prosperous life. My love, Spirit is showing me that the emotional weather of this week is soft but sobering. There's a quiet energy moving through the collective, one that asks us to slow down, soften our expectations, and to return to ourselves with honesty. Virtue of humility comes through first, and it feels like Spirit is gently removing the pressure that we've been putting on ourselves. This week, Spirit is asking us to release the need to have all of the answers, to be the strong one, to fix everything, and to stay in control. Spirit is saying the blessings that you're asking for can only reach you if your hands aren't clenched. Then nothing is perfect enters like a sigh. We're being asked to step away from perfectionism, not just outwardly, but the perfectionism that we turn inward, the self criticism, the unrealistic timelines, the belief that your worth is tied to performance or productivity. Spirit is guiding us towards excellence, but the excellence that's born from presence, not pressure. Attend to your spiritual needs ties everything together. This week is bringing a deep pull inward, a desire for clarity, grounding, prayer, connection, silence, and truth. Spirit is refilling the cup that we've been pouring from all year long. Our soul needs tending, our spirit needs warmth, and our energy needs rest. The overall theme of this week is humility, release, and spiritual recalibration. It's going to be a week that gently returns us to ourselves. We then receive joy of generosity, give and make room to receive. Blessed assurance, confidence conveys competence, and boundless potential. Look for sanctuary within you. Spirit shows the personal energy of this week as a kind of soft opening inside the heart. Joy of generosity tells me that many of you will feel surprisingly open this week, not in a people pleasing way, but in an aligned overflow type of way. Giving tenderness, giving time, giving attention, and creating a space to receive and return. Right now, Spirit is whispering, let what you give be matched. Blessed reassurance comes through as a growing inner confidence. For some of you, this is the return of self trust after a long, confusing cycle. For others, it's clarity settling where the doubt once lived. This card feels like Spirit is putting a hand on your shoulder and saying, you are capable, you are supported, so walk with confidence. And boundless potential opens the inner landscape even further. This week, new ideas, new possibilities, and new visions are coming online, not loudly, but steadily. Spirit is awakening inner sanctuary, inner knowing, and inner creativity. You may feel subtle inspiration, intuitive nudges, or the spark of something you didn't realize you were ready for. Internally, this is going to be a week of openness, confidence, and a quiet potential blooming beneath the surface. We then received express your emotions, speak from your heart, and be free. Free of attachments, invite true love into your life. Optimism, choose trust over cynicism. Spirit is guiding a major emotional clearing this week. Express your emotions comes through as the release of what's been held in the throat or the chest. Spirit is encouraging honesty with yourself, honesty with others, and honesty with your own heart. There's something that you've swallowed way too many times, and this week is asking you to let it out gently and truthfully. Free of attachment is telling me that the spiritual work this week will involve untangling ourselves from what is not ours. This could be roles, expectations, projections, or emotional burdens that we've carried out of habit. Spirit is releasing us from energetic contracts that we didn't consciously agree to. This week says you're allowed to let go. You're allowed to love yourself by releasing what drains you. Then optimism is like sunlight breaking through the heavy clouds. Spirit is actively shifting the collective away from cynicism and into cautious hope, not blind optimism and not delusion, but a hope that is rooted, a hope that is earned, and hope that is healing. Spirit is opening the heart space this week and preparing us for breakthroughs by clearing the residue of old emotional weight. We then received one thing at a time, focus on a single purpose. The faithful way, let faith cultivate your motive. And redirect the fire, transform anger into creative power. There is a subtle but powerful behind the scenes movement this week. One thing at a time is showing me that something in the collective is being simplified or broken into steps. Spirit is removing complications so clarity can rise. This may be where unseen forces, whether spiritually or politically, are beginning to create order out of chaos. The faithful way brings through a message of quiet divine orchestration. There is something unfolding that we may not fully see yet, but it's moving in alignment with higher timing and higher truth. And right now, I can hear Spirit saying, trust the process that is not yet visible. Redirect the fire shifts the entire energy. This is passion, frustration, momentum, and anger. These emotions are being rerouted this week. They're not being suppressed. Instead, they're being transformed. Something that was once destructive becomes motivating. Something that felt overwhelming becomes fuel for clarity and meaningful action. Behind the scenes, Spirit is reorganizing the collective energy, channeling fire into purpose and chaos into direction. Spirit then gave us the Soulmate card. Embrace a deeper relationship. Follow your calling. Attend to your life's purpose. Anointed with love, let sweetness invigorate your life. I'm always amazed by the cards that Spirit uses to give me these messages. Sometimes I'll look at the card and I'll be like, what? But then I'll sit with it and the message come through and it all makes sense. Soulmate tells me that alliances, partnerships, and unexpected unions are forming. This could be politically, socially, or strategically. This card is telling me that two forces that may not have joined before are aligning with a shared purpose. Follow your calling is suggesting a leadership energy. These are figures who feel internally pulled towards integrity, mission, responsibility, or truth. We may witness people stepping into roles or speaking truths because they feel spiritually compelled to do so. Anointed with love is softening the message. This week is bringing a surprising energy of compassion, unity, or moral courage into the national atmosphere. This won't be perfection, but it will be a glimpse of humanity. And right now, Spirit is saying, the nation is tired. Let compassion rise where division once lived. So this week, energetically, something is shifting towards moral clarity or emotional resonance in the public consciousness. We were then given grateful for life, be thankful for your gifts. Don't give up, follow your vision boldly, and move forward. Let love propel you over hurdles. Our challenge this week is endurance, perspective, and self compassion. Grateful for life is reminding us that grounding into gratitude that's real and not forced, will help stabilize us as emotions intensify. Don't give up speaks to perseverance. The collective may face discouraging news, emotional exhaustion, or the temptation to pull back. But Spirit is guiding us to keep moving, to keep trusting, and to keep answering our inner call. And then move forward ties it all together. The challenge is not to get stuck, not in fear, not in nostalgia, not in frustration. Right now, Spirit is saying, let love move you, not fear. Let purpose pull you, not pain. The week may feel heavy in moments, but the challenge is to keep walking towards clarity, not away from it. We were then given peace of mind, seek satisfaction beyond frustration, defeat doubt, rout the critic in the dark. And the last card Spirit offered was love unites, surrender to the attraction. The blessing of the week is peace, not the absence of noise, but the clarity to know what matters and what doesn't. With these cards, Spirit is showing me that the blessing this week is not something loud or dramatic. Instead, it's something intimate, internal, and deeply stabilizing. The blessing is peace, but not the kind that arrives because life suddenly becomes easy. It's the kind of peace that arrives because you become more clear, softer, more steady, and more aligned. Peace of mind arrives first, and Spirit is showing it like a gentle settling inside the body. That constant mental chatter, that pressure, the spiraling, the overanalyzing, and the exhaustion. This blessing is going to quiet all of that noise enough for you to hear your own soul again. This week brings small but meaningful moments of stillness, a thought that feels lighter, a breath that sinks deeper, or a realization that frees you from something that you didn't even know you were carrying. It's the moment where the mind stops fighting itself, where the heart stops bracing for impact, and when the body finally releases tension it has held on to all year long. Spirit is saying, your nervous system deserves peace too. Then defeat doubt sweeps through like spiritual correction. This is dissolving inner criticism, the voice that tells you that you're not ready, not capable, or not enough. This blessing restores courage in the collective. It's that moment when you realize the things that you feared were never as big as the power inside you. It's the quiet return of confidence after months of uncertainty. It's the soul remembering that you were built for this chapter. This blessing shows that many of you are stepping into decisions, conversations, opportunities, or truths that you once hesitated to claim. The doubt falls away, not because everything becomes clear, but because you finally trust yourself again. And then wrapping everything softly is love unites. Spirit is pouring warmth over this week, healing where there is distance, connection where there's loneliness, understanding where there's tension, and compassion where there's fatigue. The blessing is about heart softening, families, friendships, communities, even strangers finding unexpected common ground. This is reconciliation energy of, I see you, I understand you more than you think, and we're in this together. Even if the world still feels chaotic, Spirit is bringing inner unity. Your mind, heart, and spirit are all aligning instead of pulling you in different directions. For some, this will look like repairing something that felt broken. For others, it's attracting support, comfort, or companionship. And for many, it's simply feeling less alone in your journey. Spirit is saying love is returning to the places inside you that forgot what softness feels like. The true blessing of this week is not just peace, it's not just confidence, and it's not just unity. It's the internal restoration of your spirit finding its footing again. Where you felt scattered, you gather. Where you felt doubtful, you rise. Where you felt guarded, you open. And where you felt alone, you reconnect. This blessing helps the collective walk through the week with more grace, more self trust, and more love, both given and received. Spirit is giving the collective a week where the heart can finally breathe again. Thank you so much for staying with me through this week's reading. The energy that came through is tender but transformative. It's a reminder that even in the final stretch of the year, Spirit is still guiding us inward, still helping us release what's heavy, and still opening new pathways for clarity and connection. This week, Spirit is asking us to soften our egos, loosen our grip on perfection, and tend to our spiritual needs with more intention. It's bringing internal shifts, moments of unexpected confidence, generosity, and possibility rising quietly inside us. Spirit is encouraging emotional honesty, letting go of old attachments, and choosing hope over exhaustion. Behind the scenes, something is being reorganized on our behalf, the chaos being rerouted into purpose, the fire inside us being shaped into creativity instead of overwhelm. Even nationally, Spirit is showing moments of alignment, alliances forming, voices following their calling, small flashes of unity appearing where division has lived for far too long. The challenge this week is to keep going, to stay grounded, stay grateful, and keep moving forward with love leading the way. And the blessing, it's peace returning to the mind, confidence rising in the spirit, and love, real love, uniting the places inside us that felt scattered. So as we move into this new week, hold on to the parts of this message that resonated. Let them guide you gently through whatever unfolds, knowing that Spirit is right there walking beside you. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll meet you in the comments.